And one of the reasons that I hope you are excited for it is because we've managed to get the Roguecraft DX team to come on the show next week. I believe we have an additional show. When is the 6th? Is it the 16th?
Yeah, next Monday.
So we have got a special show next week whereby the guys who have created Roguecraft DX will come onto the show. They're going to be talking to us about their gaming history. They're going to be talking to us about what's gotten them into gaming and all that good stuff. But of course, we are going to be talking about Roguecraft DX. We're going to be talking about the game coming to Evercade. We're going to be really, really trying to push this one for you. So for anyone that wants to have a bit of an insight into the game, maybe get some questions in the chat for the developers and creators, just you don't want to miss this one. We do manage to get some cool guests, but this is going to be a really, really good show. We can see here Blunner's doing a little bit of a playthrough of the game itself, and I'm so pleased this is coming to Evercade. I know it's been and again, this is one of those games where I would just love to pick up the Amiga version purely because the box art is just to die for. Somebody took a breath.
So yeah, I went. I don't know if you can hear me, but I went.
Yes, mate,
I went straight on. So yeah, straight after Showcase, I went and downloaded this from the itch.io website. This isn't the DX version. Obviously, we'll get them to explain next week what you get in that. But it is fantastic. The first time I was saying it took I had to just to get it working. It wasn't a case of just dropping it in. It had to get a certain emulator and then try and get that to work. But once I'd done all that and got it going, the music is fantastic. The art style looks great. And I think you've got to realize, which I didn't when I was playing my first playthrough with this character, it's just like pick your battles kind of thing and just like try and work out different things. Well, obviously, since playing it a few times, next time I play it, that's what I will do. As in, like next time I do a playthrough online. But obviously, you got to get through, find the keys, and then go get to the blue dot and go down to the next level. But I was just going around hacking into everything I could, but absolutely loved it. When you move, they move, like the enemies move, so it's like both at the same time. So you're trying to just judge your distance. Well, I know you guys
try and bring him to you.
Yeah, and this is what
So when you go into a room, stay stationary and let him use up his moves to come to you, and you can strike first.
Yeah, because that's one thing I wasn't saying. This is literally just plugged in and tried playing it, and I was just but it's so good. And there's secrets on each level you got to find as well. But this was just me just having a quick go on it just to get the feel of the game and to see what it's like. But I'm so glad that we've managed to get the guys to come on next week. And this time I'll just get in between two and just get battered. But I should have just got out of the way. But I was an idiot and didn't know what I was doing at the time. But yeah, and obviously go around, get them hearts to get strength up. But it is fantastic. I'm so happy. I've pre-ordered it, so it's coming day one. Yes, definitely a must-have if you've got an Evercade, I think.
Yeah, it is dead exciting. I know you and I saw this at Debug, Tim. So it's definitely one that I'm very excited for. I didn't see it coming as an announcement, which makes it even more sweeter that it is coming. And I think myself and Tim were lucky enough to see the Amiga version at Debug, and just seeing that box art, it just, it was pretty special. I think pretty special. Gene Joe, Roguecraft one that you're excited for?
Yeah, it is actually the most exciting cart from the showcase for me. I know the Neo Geo and Taito stuff is going to be good, but this is more up my street. This is something that I've been looking forward to for a long time. So I've been hoping it'd come, and sure enough, here it is. So yeah, already pre-ordered it, and it'll be the first game I'll dive into when the carts arrive.
Yeah, it's one of those sayings. I seem to remember somebody saying it about physical games when they were sort of digital only. Somebody was saying, this is what patience gets us, and I feel that that's certainly for this cart on Evercade. Pardon me there. I think that this is a good one. And Derek, this is a game that you're always championing.
Absolutely. I'm extremely passionate about Roguecraft. In that last screen there, you saw Blunders collect a little bottle. They're very similar if you've played Rogue 64. But the things you can do with them, obviously, is, for instance, you could use that bottle and it might turn all the enemies on the screen into chickens.
Chickens, yeah.
Yeah, there's another one you can use and it'll give you an invisibility cloak. Also, you saw Blunders there as the warrior, but there's also other characters to select, which is a rogue. Obviously, the warrior, he's got the strongest power, and you can slowly pick up like blue orbs, and they will build your power until you max out. You've then got a rogue who's got slightly less energy, but can do other things. So, for instance, it can use a cloaking device to go behind enemies and stab them in the back. Finally, you could be a wizard. Now, the wizard's no good up close, but he can hit enemies from afar.
Range, isn't he?
Yeah. So, there's so much variation in this game to suit everyone. But I would just say, if people are thinking of selecting the wizard first, it is the hardest character. So I would say get the controls down, get yourself comfortable, maybe have a few different playthroughs with the various characters and then step up to the wizard. But otherwise, there's just so much fun you can have with this game. Yeah, there's lots of hidden things. It's a technical achievement as well on the Evercade. Obviously on the Amiga, they filled up 3 huge files there with the music, and then obviously the final one they managed to save for soundtrack, for sound effects, things like that. So it's absolutely a fantastic game, and I do consider us to be very lucky and very privileged to have it outside of buying it physically on the Amiga. And I'm hoping everybody in the comments is going to literally pick up a copy. I think it will surprise you. And it's a lot bigger than you would encounter on the Amiga. For instance, you don't start in the Castle of Marcoum. You actually start outside in the woods, and you have to make it through the woods to the Dark Castle. And I just think things like that just add so much atmosphere to the game. So it's just brilliant. I'm not going to spoil too much because obviously we want the guys to give us it all next week. But it really is. It's a diamond in the rough.
Yep. I can't wait. I genuinely can't wait. So yes, put that in your calendars for next week. Get yourselves ready for a fantastic show. Come loaded with your questions, anything you want to know about the game. Obviously, we will do our best to allocate some time at the end for people if they want to have their questions answered. But yes, our show next week is going to be all about Roguecraft DX with the developers. So make sure you have that one in the calendar ready to go.